Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time. I hope you're having a wonderful week. It is, I don't know what day it is, the 21st? I guess it's, oh my gosh, October 21st. How exciting. Is it? I don't know. I'm excited because I'm on vacation. I leave on vacation next week. From the 25th to the 1st, so I'm very excited about that. So I did want to let you know, I will send out an email to all my students in my Teachable School, but expect delays in responding to comments. I am bringing my laptop with me so I can check in daily. I'm supposed to have Wi-Fi where I'm going, so hopefully that's the case and I can check in to my school every day, but I will probably be slow to respond to any YouTube comments or blog comments, just to kind of give you the heads up. If there is an emergency, like you are in a class and something is going haywire, that shouldn't happen, but every once in a while, you know, there are hiccups, there are glitches. Just email me, artstudiosofbangor@yahoo.com. There, it should be in the video description as well. It's in my FAQ page on my Teachable School. So if there's like an absolutely emergency type situation, you can email me and I will check my email a couple times during the day. But I am very, very much looking forward to a vacation. I'm hoping you can't hear that my furnace just started because I don't feel like restarting. I want to just keep on trucking along. I got this shirt from my neighbor. I'm usually not a big fan of like the raglan sleeves, but I love that this is kind of like an elasticy puff sleeve. So, and I like the color. So I'm like, yeah, what the heck? I'll give that a wear. I'll give that a wear. I'm a sketchy hobo. I will, I will take the cast offs. I love it. What else is new? Oh, I do have some exciting news, and I want to give you the heads up because it's not going to be available for enrollment for 2 weeks. So when I get back from vacation, that Sat Chat, when I come back, it'll be like November 4th. I will put the link out and I will notify Sat Chat people first. So I just want to put this bug in your ear in case you missed out on the first one and you want to come to this one, you will know what's going on. So Uptrek reached out to me and asked me if I would teach another week, the week after my first week. So this will be, week 1 is full. That was May 13th through the 20th of 2024, and so the following week, so that will be like May 20th through the 27th, I will be teaching a second art retreat in France. So if you missed out on the first week and you wanted to go, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, it will open up for registration for Sat Chat people first, and then a few days later, it will go to the general public. So I just want to let you know that in case you were, you know, maybe you and a girlfriend were thinking, oh, let's go take Lindsay's class. That'll be so much fun. Let's do a girls' week. And you want to coordinate with your friends so you can share a room or whatever. I just want to give you that 2 weeks heads up. Obviously, no pressure or anything, but I want to let you know because we do have a wait list on the first week, but the second week is first come, first served. I think they'll hit the wait list that's on the first week's class after that second week fills. So if you're on the wait list of the first week and you definitely want to come that second week, then I would definitely jump on it when it opens for enrollment in 2 weeks. So this is the only heads up I'm giving. I already filmed the video that's going to go for next week's Sat Chat when I'm away. It's I can't remember what we talked about. Actually, I can, but I'll leave it as a surprise. So I do have videos planned all next week while I'm on vacation. I just wanted to give you the heads up on that because it sold out in 4 days the first time, and I just want to make sure that if you were looking for a particular room or you want to share a room with someone you know, and you want to, you know, kind of hash that out with friends, or with the holidays coming up, maybe tell your spouse or your family, like, hey, I really want to do this. You guys want to chip in in lieu of giving me gifts, you want to chip into this thing, because it is a pricey trip of a lifetime, going to Europe type event. It's you know, it's kind of expensive, so I just want to give you guys the heads up. Oh my gosh, shameless promotions over here. Whew. So what else is going on? Inktober is still going strong. I have been posting every day over on Instagram, my Inktober prompts. I do want to share one with you I did last weekend because I love how it came out. It's my favorite one so far. I went out to dinner with my friend Karen and her husband. My husband, we all went out, and Karen and I both ordered Mai Tais, and they were so pretty, and Karen spotted the sword in there, and she's like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, tomorrow's Inktober prompt is dagger, and I'm like, I'm totally stealing that idea. And so I did this. I took some photos when I was there. I took a close-up of my drink, and I just love that that composition. And a lot of times I take my reference photos with my camera set into the square mode so that it'll kind of, I can crop it to how I'd want it in my Square Sketch sketchbook, and I just love how they came out. It was so much fun. And I did also want to let you know that my alcohol marker workshop is 40% off for the month of Inktober. If you want to check that out, I will link in the video description with a coupon code so you can get that on sale if you want to. And I did these blueberries last night, and I like how they came out too. They're kind of washed out because, I don't know, I took a photo of them and they came out quite washed out, I thought, on Instagram, but I think it's because this paper is so reflective. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't missed a day yet. I'm trying to think, what is today's? Well, I'm filming this on Friday. Frosty, icy, something like that, something frosty, something icy is Fridays, and then I have no idea what tomorrow's is. I will look at the prompt on the day and then go from there, and that works out well for me because then I don't fixate on, you know, what's coming up. I just kind of take it as it comes, and I'm trying to be more present. And honestly, when I'm on vacation next week, that's going to be my goal, is just to kind of just be present, do my Inktober days, do my Inktober sketch. Hopefully do some hiking and do some forest bathing, communing with nature, all of that. I know it's going to be cold. I'm not a cold weather person, but I will dress warm. I'll just make sure that I have plenty of stuff with me. And it's supposed to be kind of rainy, so I'm hoping that there'll be breaks of sun, or at least breaks of not raining, because I want to do some serious hiking. I love hiking. I love being outside. I don't love camping. I'm not camping. But I do love to be outside. I just like to be able to come back someplace warm and dry, because I don't like to be damp. I don't like to be like cold and clammy, and you know, I gotta be able to go back someplace where it's warm and dry. But yeah, I'm hoping to put some serious miles on the hiking shoes and just, you know, be outside, spend time with my husband, have a good time, and just relax, because I have a hard time relaxing, and I haven't taken a week off since a year ago, summer, so it's a little over a year ago. We rented a cabin, and that's my favorite thing to do. I love that in the summer when the weather's good, but we didn't do that this year, and I really missed it, and I thought, well, you know, I'll just relax at home now and again, and I have a really hard time doing that. I don't know what it is. I think it's because some people say they have a hard time working from home because they're distracted by, like, you know, TV or chores or this or that. But I have a hard time relaxing at home because I'm distracted by my computer, my studio, the ideas I want to create and stuff. So I'm always kind of getting pulled back into work, even when it's time when I could be relaxing. So yeah, I need to go hundreds of miles away and be away from that, except for my laptop. But I'm just going to check in a couple times or once a day or something to make sure my teachable students are taken care of. Yeah, that's the solopreneur, you know, hey, that's honestly, I can't complain. I get to have an awesome job doing stuff that I love, so I really can't complain. But yeah, the alcohol marker class, if you want to grab that, it's on sale. And oh, I forgot to share. My gosh, last week I didn't have like a list to talk about, so I was just kind of going off the cuff. I had stuff I meant to talk about on my stand. I totally forgot to. One was I had a free live stream on my YouTube channel on how to draw landscapes with markers, so that's on my channel if you want to find that. But also, this is a time lapse of this up on my channel. Now this just posted this week. I'm going to bring it up a little bit closer because hopefully that will focus. The mason jar of pickled peppers, I did that for the Inktober prompt spicy, and there's also a real-time version of that lesson in Critique Club. If you're a Critique Club member, you can go check that out. If you want to be a member, it's $5 a month, and you get a creative prompt every month, 2 new tutorials, plus access to everything that is in the back catalog. This has been one long commercial. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my word. Oh my word. It's like she's taking a week off, so she's gonna like go for broke the day before. This is a fun find. A couple fun finds here I want to share. One, I've experimented with this a little bit. I need to experiment with it a little bit more. I do not like masking fluid. I don't like having to paint it on, then clean my brush immaculately so I don't ruin it, and then wait for it to dry, and then paint on it, and then remove it before it becomes permanently fused to my paper. I just find masking fluid to be a pain in the butt. For most cases, not always, sometimes it's really necessary, but most of the time I just find it to be a pain in the butt, and I don't like the hard edges that you get from typical masking fluid. Then I saw this product, somebody using this on YouTube. It's called masking powder, and it's by Renaissance. So I asked my friend my friend April. I asked my friend April, who owns A Little Creative. I was trying to say A Little Creative and April in the same mouthful. It wasn't working. if she has ever used this, because the only person I know that sells Renaissance products is April in the United States. I think she's a North American distributor for that company. This is a Polish company. And she's like, I haven't really used it much, but I just got it in. I'm going to be selling it in my shop. And so I got a container of that from her, and it's really cool. I just played with it a little bit. I did some clouds, and I could show you, but I honestly, I kind of went over them, and you can't really see the effect too well because I went over them again. But I was having a good time playing with it. Well, here we go. So, I mean, let's see. I'm going to bring that up again. Hopefully the camera will focus on that. I know it's nothing to write home about, but the ease of using that masking powder to create clouds is really quite remarkable, because what I found worked really well. This is a stencil brush. This is Silver's Art Sherpa stencil brush. Well, what does she call it? Her cloud brush, but it's basically like a stencil brush, or even like a fabric scrubber. It's got like the stiff white nylon bristles. So if you don't have these, but you have a stencil brush, or you have, just make sure you haven't used it with oils, it doesn't have any residue on it, or you have like a round fabric brush. It's like the same type of guy here. It's almost like this wax. It's so fine. It almost looks like, and I'm not going to smell it because I don't want to like, I don't want to like nail this stuff, but I think it might be like a really finely powdered wax, or I'm not sure, but get this, it's kind of wild. So you brush it on. It's hard because you can't really see where it is, so you might even want to do a little sketching before you do that. So you brush it on. I like the stencil brush because you can really work it into the paper, so it kind of sticks and clings to the paper. Then you paint over it and you get like perfect clouds. I don't know how it works. It protects the paper, kind of like a wax resist. But if you decide that the edges are too harsh, while it's still wet, while you're still working on it, you can like scrub. You can scrub into the area and soften those edges. I mean, you have to work at it to scrub, like, and keep painting over the area, but you can soften it out. And then when it's all dry, you can erase it. So then you can paint over it just like it was never there. So it's like you get kind of like the best of both worlds. You get some precision like you would get with a brush and masking fluid, but not as harsh of an edge. But so it's kind of almost like rubbing wax on your paper, but then you can actually remove it with an eraser and paint on it like it was never there. It's just, I am so curious as to what that is made of. I'm going to have to like, I don't know. I always love to like debunk or figure out what stuff is made of, but it's like, it's so light. It is so lightweight. It's like a feather. I have no idea what this is made of, but it's really kind of amazing. And I'm going to play with that some more and do a review on it. And I'm excited about that. So thank you so much, April, for that. She also made me a really pretty sketchbook that is upstairs in my living room art desk. I have like little secret stashes of art supplies all over my house. Oh, speaking of sketchbooks, I made a couple this week. It's so addictive to make sketchbooks. Anyway, I was making this because I was just kind of like every couple of weeks I'll make a sketchbook to just kind of practice my skills, because we're going to be making a sketchbook on the France trip. That's the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to make a sketchbook like this so that we have that with us for our when we go urban sketching and we go to the botanical gardens and to Albee and all of that. So we'll have that on hand. So I want to keep making sure I get that muscle memory built up, and it's so addictive. I can see why people like learn how to make sketchbooks and they open up Etsy shops like my friend Rosie, because it's so addictive and fun. It's so calming and relaxing. It's kind of like crochet or knit, because I don't know, there's something very soothing about that stitching and then seeing something manifest when you're done. I don't know. I have no plans on making a tutorial on that, mainly because I know it'll be a very frustrating experience, because I'll pull something out of frame. Jewelry making, that's why you don't see many jewelry making tutorials, because it's like, it's so easy to get out of frame. It's so easy to like have something blurry. It's kind of frustrating, but just to sit there and do it, it's so fun. I'm liking the shirt. The shirt has like, also what I like about it is that, oh, what I don't like about it is I've got fluff all over me. Got like hairs and lint, but it's got just kind of like it doesn't have an elastic on the waist. I just like how like loose fitting it is, but I like the little puff sleeve, and it's just, I don't know, it fits really well. Thanks, Glenna. I'm just getting all the gifts this week. Oh, I should probably look at my list. What are we at? We're at 14 minutes. Next week's Sat Chat is only going to be about 20 minutes, so I do apologize. I just didn't, I guess, have enough to say. What else? Oh my gosh. So there's going to be a Halloween party. So I'm on vacation from the 25th to the 1st. And on the 31st, there's a Halloween party. And so after Jason and I went out to dinner with our friends, we decided we would go to the Spirit Halloween store and get inspired. Because it's like, I couldn't think of any, like I wanted to do a couple's costume. I think it's fun to do a couple's costume. A few years ago, Jason and I did The Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein. And you can find makeup tutorial on my YouTube channel. I think I even have the costume tutorial. I think it's like, oh, you know what? It's a three-part video series I did. This is like, I don't know, probably like 13 years ago. It's like early YouTube days. And I made the costume for Bride of Frankenstein and the makeup and the hair for Bride of Frankenstein. I think it was a paper mart video because I used some of the burlap and tulle and made the costume. And then don't get your expectations too high. This is my costume making, which is like if it lasts Halloween night, I'm happy. It's, it's not some heirloom costume you're going to be wearing year after year or passing down to your children. But it will get the job done. And it will look great for a few hours. And yeah. But anyway, so we're trying to figure out what do we want to do. And so we're wandering around. My husband's a big werewolf fan. And so we're just wandering around getting ideas. It's fun to look through those stores anyway. And he found this rubber wolf mask and wolf hands, and actually it looked really cool. And so I'm like, I'll be Little Red Riding Hood, or just Riding Hood, because I'm not little. I'll be like grown-up Red Riding Hood. But I'm like, and I don't even need to go buy anything, which is the best thing. I have this beautiful, warm red wool cape from Peruvian Link. It's alpaca, actually, not wool. And I have these thigh-high brown suede boots that I actually wore in my wedding. I've got, my dress was long, so I got those. I still have those. And I'll probably just wear some like faux leather leggings. I have these like, do you ever see Grease? Like Sandy, when she's all bad girl, she wears those when she's on they're doing the, you better shape up, cause I need a man, and so she's wearing those black leather leggings. So I'm gonna wear those because it's gonna be cold. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for a top. I might see if I can dig up some sort of like pirate top and, like maybe like a corset-y thing or something like that. I'll dig around. I've got a vast wardrobe of, stuff from my younger, wilder days that maybe I can pull together that top with it. And then my cape does not have a hood, but I've got fabric and I got a sewing machine, so we're going to be adding a hood onto that pretty easily and pretty temporarily. And I think that'll work out good. I just gotta find a basket. Can you believe it? I think I have like donated all my baskets like to Goodwill, so I'll have to find a nice big basket. But the great thing about that is like I can carry treats. I can carry candy, and like if I see children, I can give them candy. I don't know if they probably won't take candy from strangers, especially a sketchy looking one like me. But I'm totally psyched. So we're gonna be Werewolf and Red Riding Hood. And I think that's going to be a really, really fun costume. Kind of like a little bit, I love the whole like Grimm. Do you remember the show Grimm? I love that aesthetic. I love those kind of like thinking of the fairy tale characters but in real life and how they're going around the world. I love that kind of vibe. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't dressed up for Halloween in so long. So it's about darn time because I love Halloween. Halloween is so fun. What else? What else do we got going on here on my list? Look at me, I'm organized. Oh my gosh. This is totally off topic, but look at your phone. You probably have all noticed this. I never noticed this, and my husband pointed it out to me this week. You know the little phone icon, like if you set your alarm on your smartphone or you set a timer or a stopwatch or whatever, you know the little phone, little clock icon? The hands move on the clock icon. So if it's 9 o'clock, the hands move with the time. I never noticed that. I thought they were always it was just a little clock in one position, but no, they move. And that just blew my mind. Never noticed that. And I probably still wouldn't have noticed it. And I had gotten a new phone this year and I couldn't find the clock icon. It was like buried. And so I finally found it, put it on my home screen. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, you don't say. The hands move on that. I found that to be very, very fascinating. I'm amused by small things. And something else that I'm finding fascinating, and I have a theory. It could be bunnies. Gotta watch that episode this time of year. That would be the Once More with Feeling episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's the best episode ever. You've got to watch it. It's really fun. It's there's like a musical demon that makes everybody sing everything. Oh, I love that. I've probably been possessed by a musical demon. But anyway, so I was noticing that I've been finding these like really strange deals on Amazon, like stuff that I like, brand name supplies that are like half off what you pay at Blick, which is like unheard of. So, Strathmore visual journals were like $4.13 for the 6x8 size or 6x9 size that I love. The Tone Tan 11x14 pad was like under $5. The Holbein gouache was like down to $16 or $17 at one point. Granulation medium and blending medium by Winsor & Newton down to $4 for something. And I was like, what is going on? So I have a theory that that some of these companies might be changing their branding or deciding they don't want to sell on Amazon anymore and liquidating their stock so they can sell them out. Because one thing I've noticed is that, like say the journals, I was seeing journals for that price. I mentioned it on the community tab. If I find a really steal, like a price that I think is like, this is a steal, I will post it on YouTube on my community tab. I hope that's not irritating anybody, but I post that there because I don't know how long it's going to last. And, I mean, that's crazy, especially if it's something that's like $10, like the blending medium is usually around $10. And you can add that to your gouache paint. Like if you want to have your gouache in a palette, but you want to be able to re-wet it really easy and not have it fall out and improve the working capabilities of it, blending medium. I think it was Sarah Burns discovered that blending medium is perfect to add to that. So when I saw that for like under $5, I'm like, oh my word, people need to know about that. They had the granulation medium for under $5. I'm not a huge fan of the granulation medium, but for that, because of the price of it, it's usually around $10. And for the results it gives, you have to use quite a bit of it. So it's like, you know, I have a hard time recommending something that's expensive that you have to use a lot of, but it's like half the price. It's like, okay, yeah, then you can afford to use a bunch of it and get that effect. Versus buying those like super granulating colors and whatnot. So it's like, oh, no brainer, recommend that. But I'm kind of wondering, like, one thing I noticed with the journals is that like the price went from $4 up to $8 on me, but other people are still getting it for $4. So I think because there's all these like warehouses all over the country, I think that when a company decides they're not going to sell through Amazon anymore, or maybe they're updating their branding and they want to get out the old stuff so they can put the new stuff up and update their pictures. And when people buy something, they're getting the new updated thing, because people get annoyed. Like if they say you bought a product and the pictures were the brand new packaging and what you got was the older packaging, even though it's the same product number and everything, people might get annoyed by that. So I think that these companies liquidate before they update their branding, or sales slow and they liquidate the products. They're not going to sell it on Amazon anymore, or they decide they don't want to sell at all on Amazon. Like I think that's what's happening with Rosa Gallery and Rosa Studio products. There's a seller on Amazon that sells a lot of those Rosa products, and they were all like 50-60% off a couple weeks ago, and I grabbed a couple palettes that I wanted to review, and it was unreal. And then like I was seeing like they would have products on sale, but they would have shipping. So I'm thinking they're liquidating their Amazon warehouse stuff, their FBA Amazon stuff, because Amazon charges sellers quite a bit to house their stuff in their warehouses and have them Prime eligible. So I have a feeling that a lot of companies are kind of getting fed up with those high fees, and they're just going on to their own websites to sell. So that's my theory. Also my theory that companies are liquidating stuff and going to rebrand their products. But anyways, I've been seeing a lot of really awesome deals, and that's a good thing. I need a tissue because my nose is running. I don't know why. Probably because I'm talking so much. But I have a lot to say because I didn't have a list last week. Pardon me. Pardon moi. Yeah, I gotta brush up on my French. Pardon. Excusez-moi. That's all I could say. I don't know how to say while I blow my nose. Nij, I don't know. It's been a long time. And I've fallen off the wagon on my French study that I was so gung-ho on this summer, and then I completely lost interest, so I need to get back on that because, yeah, time's nigh. Yeah, so I think I think that when you see good deals like that, I think that's what's happening. And when somebody has a great deal in California, but there's no longer the good deal in New York, I think it's just because those warehouses have sold out first, and they show you the prices to the closest warehouses to you, I think. Especially if it's a Prime product, because if they're going to get it to you in 2 days, we don't get 2-day shipping in Maine. It doesn't matter if you're Prime or not. You're not getting your product within a week. It just doesn't happen. But anyway, that's my theory on why there's been so many really, really cheap prices. I'm going to be working on a gift guide. I'm hoping to have it filmed before I leave on vacation. so that people have a chance to order it. People are mentioning, when's the gift guide coming out? Last year I had it on October 18th, and it's like, oh my word, I didn't realize I posted it so early last year. I am really, really behind. Sorry if I keep looking off. I'm looking to see how much time I have left. Do I have anything else to say? I probably do. I did see, because speaking of the gift guides, I made a card. Stop the presses! I made a card! And the video is up on my channel now. It's gonna actually posting Friday, which is today for me, but it's yesterday for you. And I was using one of those antiquarian sticker books to decorate the envelope, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if those are still available. And they are, and they had a buy one, get one half off, and the prices is like $10 less than the bookstore. So I was like, wow, that's cool. So they had some buy one, get one free on books. Not all books, but a lot of books. I don't know if that deal is still gonna be up, but if it is, I'll post it. Great time to stock up on gifts. I love giving books as gifts because it gives somebody just that little like kind of time just to chill out and read, and you know, gives them like a little bit of it's really hard to beat the enjoyment per dollar value of a book. You know what I mean? Even if it's a sticker book, so you can still have some fun looking around, looking through it, then you have fun using it. It's all good. But anyway, that's all I've been up to this week. It's been weird. It's been a weird couple of weeks getting ready to leave on vacation, because it's kind of like you do a little bit extra every day, so you have stuff to stock up, but then you're kind of in this weird time warp because you're always thinking it's like 2 weeks before it actually is, because you're scheduling out. It's just weird, man. And and that's pretty much it for me. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you are enjoying the weekend. I hope you have nice weather wherever you are. We've had very desaturated foliage. It hasn't been very bright this year because we had tons and tons of rain this summer, and then like it makes mold grow on the leaves, or fungus or something, and it makes it not be so bright. I guess that's what I read on Facebook. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you like these sat chats, and till next time, happy crafting. Bye.